He was a music mogul
multi-million-dollar record deals.
who worked with Eminem and Jay-Z.
Had all the money that I could ever ask for.
Why he changed his tune.
If this is what making it looks like, I don't want to be here anymore.
On today's 700 Club.
Now we're going to go to a music executive, Jason Davis, who worked with some of the biggest names in the business. And Jason had the bank account to show for it. He had power, prestige that he had desperately craved all his life. But at the pinnacle of his career, Jason made a decision. He checked into a Ritz-Carlton hotel one night and planned to end it all.
At 12 years old, my parents took me to a concert. It was in a big arena. And I was this boy that was not validated. I did not feel accepted. I did not feel noticed. And here was this guy on stage in front of 20,000 people, in a sense being worshiped and loved.
Jason Davis started writing songs and performing them with his friend Chris. By high school, Jason knew where he was headed.
I sold probably 1,000 or 1,500 cassette tapes just in my school over a couple-year period. And I realized in high school, I was like, this is what I love, this is what I want to do.
After high school, Jason got a day job and continued writing and selling his songs. Then at 23, he wrote his first big hit, Captured.
It shot up the charts, became a really big Christian hit song. I made enough money off the song where I was able to quit my job and really spend a solid year just focusing on music and trying to go after it. But I didn't know God at all.
Jason used that one hit as his calling card in the music business. Within 8 years, he had climbed his way to the top.
I was taking meetings with Dr. Dre's people, Eminem's people, worked with the band Sugar Ray, Snoop Dogg, used to have tons of meetings with Jay-Z, and I was developing artists that were getting, multi-million-dollar record deals. Had all the money that I could ever ask for, had everything that I dreamed of, everything. And it was the most empty and miserable I'd ever been in my entire life, because I realized that I'd gotten everything that I wanted, and I still did not feel loved. I still did not feel like I had love in my life. And when there was nothing left to buy and nothing left to distract me, I got to the point where I said, if this is it, if this is what years and years and years of killing myself produces, if this is what making it looks like, I don't want to be here anymore. And the next day, I went out and I bought 3 bottles of sleeping pills. I checked myself into the Ritz-Carlton, and I was committed that I was not going to check out.
As Jason started to take the pills, his cell phone rang. His business partner asked if he was available to meet with a client the next day.
And I hung up the phone. I said, now what am I going to do? I just told somebody to book their flight. So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to check out. I'll take this meeting tomorrow, and then I'll just check back in, and I'll finish it. And the next day at that meeting, this guy asked me if I knew Jesus Christ. And no one in my life, I was 33 years old, no one in my life had ever asked me that before.
They talked for hours, and Jason learned about Jesus Christ for the first time. The next morning, he went to the beach near his house.
I was looking at the dark, deep body of water on the ocean, and I was noticing, how wide and vast the darkness in that water was. And I was tracing this narrow path of light back, and it hit me that the light source was called the sun. I closed my eyes in that moment, and I saw the brightest white light. I saw the face of Jesus in bright white light, and I knew for the first time in my life that Jesus was God and this was real. It was the most impactful moment I've ever had in my life. It was the most beautiful moment I've ever had in my life.
Jason asked Jesus Christ into his heart.
I started reading what Jesus said in the Bible, how he said to live your life. I hurt a lot of people in my childhood, a lot of people in my teenage years, a lot of people in my 20s. And to know that I was actually loved and forgiven despite all that drew me to God in a way that He had my heart. And that's when I noticed my life changing. 180-degree change. My thoughts started changing, my heart started changing, my view of people started changing.
Jason doesn't write much these days, but still works in the music industry. Now married, he and his wife Heather manage several musicians and performing artists.
I love Christian music personally, but I also love helping people with a dream that God planted in them. My work is no longer about me getting gratification or getting satisfaction. It's about me pouring into others, loving others, caring and fighting for others. And that is a radical change from where I was, and the only thing that changed was Jesus.
The source of light, the Son of God is the source of all life. In Him is life. In Him was light, and the light was the light of all men. The light came into the world, and the darkness couldn't overcome it. Jesus Christ is the light of the world, and He has life and joy and peace. You want that? Right now, just like Jason, I'm going to give you a chance. You don't have to take a bunch of pills and kill yourself. You don't have to be hopeless and, despondent. You don't have to let a business reversal take away your life and joy. The Lord will give you a new start, a new beginning, a brand new you if you just turn yourself over to Him. Right now, I want you to do something. I want you to pray with me at this very moment. Pray these words. Jesus, that's right, Jesus, I come to you. I know that you are the source of life, and I want that life more than anything. Lord, I'm willing to surrender everything. I'll give up my own worldly ambition. I'll give up my sin. I'll give up my selfishness. I'll give it all up for you. And I surrender to you right now. And I thank you that you heard my prayer. I make you now, Lord, Lord of my life. From this moment on, I'm yours. And I thank you, Jesus, that you've heard my prayer. Thank you.